All right, all right. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be a today's topic video. It is going to be for the 8th of January. And let's go ahead and see where this one takes us. By the way, if you guys didn't already know, I do have another channel. It's called Tarot Dog Regretless Life with Aries. And in that story, or in on that channel, which there's a free link to it right there in my description box. But on that channel, if you want to throw out a topic that you would like me to do a collective message on, you can make a suggestion. I choose somebody's suggestion every day. So we basically have a winner every day. All right, so here we go. We are starting out with the story of a Knight of Pentacles. We could have a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. This is slow moving energy. This is somebody who's, thing is, we can say slow moving energy, but the horse is cantering and we've got kind of the dark horse. This person is looking over their shoulder, almost like, am I being followed? Did they notice that I took off? And they've got kind of like a metal mask on their face. Like this feels like somebody who's escaping. Maybe they're trying to pretend that they're not going fast when they actually are. Because they're keeping, why do you wear a metal mask on your face? So it shows zero emotion, right? And if anything, when they look at a metal, shiny chrome mask like this, it's going to be their own face that they see reflected back in the mirror image. So I feel like someone has gone to great lengths to mask how they're feeling. And Knight of Pentacles, maybe this is denoting a plan that they've had for a long time. The dark horse is usually the one that we don't expect to win, but it comes up out of nowhere. I feel like somebody's shocking someone, but they are trying really hard to delay the shock until they're gone, until they're out of reach. They've worn a mask for a long time. I don't know that this is like a negative kind of deception, because a Knight of Pentacles in the upright is just somebody's had a plan that they're finally putting into action. It's taken them a long time, but now I feel like they're picking up speed. Justice. You know, I have to say, it's as if, so it could be a Libra, does not have to be, but if this is someone who has wanted to put this plan in action for such a long time, it's kind of like they've had this little guardian angel overseeing them saying, yes, finally, let's get you the justice that you deserve. This feels like, I don't know if everyone wanted a piece of this person. We see these hands kind of reaching out toward them. So this person needs to escape, is what I'm getting off of this storyline. It's fair that they get to get away from something. We have the Chariot sideways. So they tried to leave before and weren't permitted to. And the Chariot is about balance. But I feel like there was a bunch of people held them back, held them down. Maybe that's even why we see hands clawing at them here, but then we have not just one little set of angel wings, but another one, well, actually three, really, if you look closely, that are trying to like help lift this person up. I think this person, whomever they are, they unfairly got tangled up in other people's needs, demands, other people's webs. It bogged them down from the path they were supposed to be on. They've quietly made plans to escape, and maybe it had to be an escape because maybe they listened to their guardian angels and said, every time you're about ready to move on and do the things you're supposed to be allowed to do in your life, people pull you back in and mess up your plans. So this time, don't tell them what your plans are. Don't set a date and say, okay, listen, I'll only help you to this time, but then after that, I got to go onward. I got to move. Because I feel like somebody, look, the Justice card is there when something's been unfair. I don't know if they got manipulated. I don't know if they were told, you have to do this, otherwise it's not fair. You know, you got to help me, otherwise you're an ogre. You have to do what I said. I need you, I need you, I need you. And like guilt tripped them into staying and doing things because it wasn't fair. Whatever they were involved in was not fair because it bogged down their progress in life. They were supposed to be moving forward, but they didn't. They might have been supposed to be moving back towards someone, but they didn't get to. They were delayed and delayed unjustly until they finally said, okay, listen, I'm not going to tell anybody what my plan is, and then I'm finally going to just do it. I'm going to execute my plan. Yeah, Two of Swords. They did not want anybody knowing about this. Seven of Wands. They went to great lengths to block everybody from knowing what was up. And I think somebody was trying to spy on them and figure out, what are you going to do? When are you going to do it? Are you going to leave? I know you always wanted to, but I've been holding you here for a long time, or we have been holding you here for a long time. It feels like they had to block prying eyes and really put up. For somebody to have to wear a mask like this, and even if you notice, their little guardian angel is wearing the same little mask. That's crazy. That feels like a character knew, if anybody knows what my plans are, they're going to make a ruckus that's going to unfairly prevent me from moving on in my own life, because they've done it again and again and again. So I don't want to tell anybody anymore. I don't want to be held back and pulled back anymore. But somebody keeps watching me, keeps their eyes on me, and I'm trying to keep their eyes off of the things that I don't want them to know. I don't want them to know that I am busy right now making my plans and truly going to execute my plans and move forward in life. I don't want them to know. They blocked this person on purpose. One particular person. Who was this person that was prying and spying, or just monitoring them? That's what I want to say, monitoring them. Temperance, Nine of Wands. This person could have been, normally a temperance card is wonderful. It's a card of balance, but in this case, we're kind of missing half of a face. We've got the bird here. I almost feel like this person was they were pretending to be something that they weren't. You notice how the shape of the hand is almost like they're gossipy or something. They wanted to always know what was going on. I feel like this person had two personalities. Like, you could never tell what they were going to say. They're always looking for information, though. With the messenger, it could have been a real gossip. Somebody who just wanted to know what the gossip was. With that Nine of Wands, I feel like they were very focused on whoever this character is. Like, when is this person? It's like they watched them piecing themselves back together, piecing their life back together, becoming that wounded warrior piece by piece that was going to be able to then maybe finally move their life forward. And they were monitoring, watching to be like, okay, when are they going to be ready to go? But why did they want to know so bad? Why were they so focused on this person? The Magician. The Magician can be a trickster. Again, with all of this, I don't know if they wanted to somehow ride this person's coattails, or be involved in this person's life, or control this person's life, or find out what this character was going to be doing, where they were going to be going. If they sensed that, I know you're piecing your life back together, and at some point you're going to jet off in this new direction and do your own thing, and I want to know when that's going to happen, because it's going to help me to manifest something else, or because I want to know when to reel you back in. Or tell me about the Magician. It's tough because that Magician doesn't have a face, and I don't like it. Eight of Swords sideways. I do think that this character, they are a bit of a trickster, and they want to hold the power to either keep this person stuck or allow them to move forward. It's a power trip thing, just like the kind of two-faced, the gossip, wanting to know all the information, observing this person's every move, trying to figure out what they're going to do, when are they going to try to do something for themselves, so they can decide whether or not they'll allow it or not. It feels like somebody was very power trippy, not for any reason other than I feel like they needed to focus on their own life instead of this character's life. But they knew that. This character knew it. That's why they kind of wore a mask. That's why they have been, even their guardian angels were wearing masks, saying, don't tell anybody. Prepare to leave, and when you're ready to go, just go. But act like it's nice and slow and there's no big rush. But in fact, the day you go, you just do it. Just make it happen. Go toward that goal, whatever it is. King of Pentacles, sideways. Again, it's sideways. They don't even know how it's going to work out, but I feel like if this character wants to, if what's at stake is their sense of stability, I think they've had their freedom to even try to plant something and gain stability. I think that that's been taken away from them time and again, time and again, time and again. Ace of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, they still don't know what's going to happen if they take this action, but they're doing it anyway. They want to start fresh. They want to have a new beginning. They want to have a new opportunity to build their life as a King of Pentacles. But up until now, every time they attempted, they got reeled back in. They were prevented. Now they're like, okay, I'm actually doing it, but I don't really know what the outcome is going to be. Well, nobody ever knows the outcome of anything. Where are they going? What does this mean that they want to become a King of Pentacles, but they don't know if it's going to work? Oof. Lovers in the reverse, Five of Wands. Okay. If there was a romantic partner, could have been a Gemini, but if there was a romantic partner that they were prevented from connecting to, there was nothing but obstacles between them, because remember, this is actually in the reverse. So this is a lover they have wanted to go back and fight for, but they were unable to, because every time they attempted to return, someone would know you're going back to that lover. Ooh, let me throw a wrench in things. Why did somebody not want them to go back to that lover? Why did somebody, or they wanted them on strings that they could control to determine whether or not they would approve of it or not? Because it was like, I want to know when they're thinking about going back to that lover again, so I can maybe stop them again. But why did that individual want to stop them? Nine of Swords. Either it stressed him out, the idea that this person could go back and maybe reconcile with a lover, or they just wanted to create stress. But why would somebody want to create stress? I'm thinking it stressed them out at the idea. Oh, Six of Wands, though. It might have been a sheer power trip. They liked, boy, what a terrible message. There's something here about this could have been maybe a really controlling parental figure, or someone who thought they know better, and they want, the super misguided energy of, well, I just want my son or my daughter to have the greatest success. And it really bothers me, the idea that they might get back with that romantic partner. So if I sense that they are getting close to moving back toward that person, being autonomous, wanting to reconnect with that person, I'm going to suddenly say, oh, I just need your energy around me so much. I'm just not feeling very well. And, I'm really going to need your support. And all next week, I'm going to need you to drive me around. It could be somebody that plays that game. But it's because in their mind, they're like, I'm going to win. I'm going to keep them away from this person. I want to keep them away from this person. But the only way I can do it is if I can sense, or I can watch and see, when does it seem like they are about to leave? And then I can reel them back in. I can find a reason that I can keep them stuck. And then, it's all in their best interest, of course, right? Like that's kind of the argument that they're using here. But it's really in their best interest. I do feel like it's a power trip thing too, though. It's a very misguided, very ugly energy over there. Well, this character has known exactly what has been going on. They've known that they've either been manipulated, or they've known that somebody keeps reeling them in, messing up their life plans. And now they're going after their life plans, which is to hopefully try to work things out with a lover that there has been a lot of conflict with that Five of Wands. But that's also the opportunity to work through things. Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords in the reverse, both in the reverse. And remember, they were a King of Pentacles sideways. No wonder they're saying, I don't know if this is going to be successful, but it's time to come clean with a Queen of Pentacles. And this Queen of Pentacles may not want to talk to them, may have ceased giving to them a long time ago, may not have anything to say to them at this point, but they have things that they want to say to her. Judgment, the Fool. Okay, so they want to really explain how much they would like to reconcile. And I feel like, when I said it's like this person is working toward escaping, but they're not telling a soul. I'm almost wondering if they're like, if they can take a leap of faith and literally, I mean, live together, be with her, reconcile, but fully step into her world in order to do that, so that they're out of the clutches of somebody that keeps on creating nothing but drama. I mean, I'm not entirely sure how somebody else could make so much drama that this person couldn't follow like their own heart. But all I can say is that this lead character that we've been talking about is moving back toward their lover, who they have not spoken to, who was a Queen of Pentacles, who was not given to them in a very long time, to try to work things out, to try to reconcile, and with the intention of taking this big leap of faith toward them, because this is their soulmate. This is very much a returning soulmate message. What happens with the person who threw a monkey wrench in things for so long? What happens with them? Emperor, Three of Wands, Queen of Wands. It's so bizarre, because that person who was creating so much drama for so long, maybe they were a really over the top, overwhelming parental figure, like a father figure that was just super like, well, I was trying to do what was right for my son or daughter by running their life for them. But it's weird, because so what happens to them, and it's like they turn their attention elsewhere. It's like, oh, okay, you're out of my grasp. All right, so onward. I don't know if they set their sights on fouling up somebody else's relationship over here with the Queen of Wands and Emperor vibe, but it's like, it's weird. It's that, or it's that at some point in time, they'll fully accept the partner that they tried to keep their son or daughter away from for a really long time, or, whoever it was. I don't know if it was their son or daughter, but it feels like at some point they're going to accept this, or they're just going to turn their attention to something else. Three of Swords sideways, Nine of Swords upright. Okay. On down the road in the future, they actually may realize that they may be very ashamed of themselves, very stressed out, realizing that, oh my God, I kept those two apart, and whoever they're with is an amazing person. That soulmate that they always wanted to return to, that I did my damnedest to keep them away from, is an amazing person. They're an amazing couple. And it may be a little down the road before they recognize that, but then they feel, I would say, an immense guilt. I mean, it's a lot of stress, and a lot of stress over the fact that they caused both of these people heartbreak. They intentionally kept two people apart, and they're going to feel embarrassed of themselves. They're going to feel that stress. Don't interfere with anybody else's life. Don't ever do that. Ten of Pentacles. They may be suddenly ferociously generous, or I should say ferociously. It's wrong word there. Extravagantly generous with these two. They may suddenly say, now they warmly welcome these lovers, into their life, and, oh, son or daughter, I'm so sorry I kept you away from the love of your life and caused you both so much grief and heartbreak. Now I see how good you are together, how much you guys love each other. Here, let me give you something massive, that to make up for their guilt. It feels like a gift to get guilt off their shoulders. I'm sorry, it does. Giving them the moon, Ten of Pentacles. I want to give you a huge inheritance because you two are so wonderful together. And I feel so crappy that I tried so hard to sabotage this for so long, and I caused you guys both a lot of separation and pain. The only thing I don't like about this story, well, there's a lot I don't like about it, to be honest, but what I really don't like about it is that I think it's a bit heavy-handed that one person kept these two apart. It's like, I think, in my opinion, everybody is a consenting adult, a mature adult in my stories, even though they're all about fictional characters. And so they should overcome this regardless. They should not let a mom or pop stand in the way of their own life. Even though I understand it can be difficult, but ultimately, here's what I would say. Our characters, those lovers, need to be mature enough to say, yeah, don't care if mom or pop doesn't approve. I'm living my life. I'm choosing the person I choose. I'm not going to be manipulated out of my relationships and out of doing what's right for me. And I think that's like a maturity level that every individual character has to get to, where they don't allow, other people to impact them so much that it prevents them from having the relationship that they want. Because otherwise they're always going to be a victim of, the family's opinions or the energy that somebody tries to put in the middle. And at some point they've got to have their own backbone and say, I'm not going to put up with this. And I think this character, in a roundabout way, they did have that backbone, but they kind of still had to escape to do it. So it's not really a backbone as much as it is an escape plan first, to get out of the watchful eye of the disapproving parental figure. And that's the part I'm just not. Maybe there was more to this story that I didn't see, but I wasn't a big fan of that aspect. We got the strength card, we got the high priestess. But on the other hand, the overarching message here is that it does take courage to listen to one's own inner voice. So maybe that makes more sense, right? It took a lot of courage for this character to be able to hear their own inner voice and to go the route that they really wanted to take and not be beholden to the whims of a parental figure or something. Okay, well, we're going to leave that one there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy the channel, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.